Well, hello everyone. I hope that you are doing well and good. And this video is in continuation to the previous video which I have created in MySQL and MySQL server. I have explained that from the basic to the intermediate level, and this video is going to be the advanced level. So if you haven't watched that video before, please make sure that you do watch that video and then come back and then watch this video. And this video, the previous video which was it would take you from, let's say for example, if you rate yourself from 1 to 10, then the previous video would make you from 1 to 6, and this video I am making in this way. This will at least make you from 9 by 10, if not 10 by 10. If not 10 by 10, it will surely make you as good as 9 by 10. Now let's just start. And from the previous video you obviously must have recognized the employees database again, and let's just go through the employees database quickly, such that because we are going to do the analysis of our analysis on this one, and obviously on the superstore data set as well, which I have also loaded. And okay, so there is a way to like load the data. If from, let's say you want to load the data from the CSV format, then you right click on the database and you click on the table data import wizard, and you can choose a CSV or a JSON file this way and just give the path to that file and then next, and you would be able to load the data set. And there are many things that I will also discuss in there, but before that, let's just start with the employees database first, and in which we are having the employees table, departments table, and all these table. Let's talk about employees first. Employee number, birth date, first name, last name, gender, and hire date is given. Then department number and department name is given in departments. Then employee number, department number from date to date in department employees. Same in the department manager. So these are of data of the employees and these are of the managers. And then their salaries, so both of their salaries is there. Salaries, you can see that it is also getting incremented per employee number. That means that the salary was initially this much and it grew up to that much over a period of time. That is why I don't like clicking on the table. Anyhow, hmm, this is uh, okay. Just leave it there. Hmm. So I have to actually explain you these things as well. Okay. Now, salaries I have explained. Okay, employee number, salary from date to date. Then we have titles. Titles we have if the person is a senior engineer, staff, senior engineer, or whatever. These are the titles that we are having. From date and to date is also there. Now that's our data set. Now practice, we have done this also. We have discussed before multiple joins. Let's just start with the multiple joins. Okay, the normal basic joins I have discussed in the previous video. I hope that you have watched it there. And let's just talk about the multiple joins here. Let's say, for example, you want to join more than two tables. What is the criteria that you would think that is required for that to happen? Okay, let me just show you. So if you click on here, you can also see like whatever columns it is having, whatever data type it is having. And let's talk about the department employees and departments. These three tables let's talk about. Let's say for example, I took the employees table. In the employee table, we can observe that we are having an employee number. Okay, so we can join this on with this on the basis of the employee number, but this department is not having the employee number, so how can we join it? We cannot. So what we can do, we can take department number from here and join it in on department employee table with the help of the department number, and join employee number on the basis of the employee number in the employees table. So this department employee table is acting as a bridge table between the departments and the employees. So that is a concept of the bridge table, which there is a table in between that connects to two tables on the basis of two different IDs. such that there is just because the first table is not able to connect to the third table directly because the IDs are different. So that is the concept of the bridge table, and that is the reason why we have to take multiple joins. And let's go to the title. And in title, you can see that it is on the basis of the employee number. So I can take the title from here on the basis of the employee number itself. Okay. Now let's move on to the SQL syntax. Now you can see we can select e dot first name, e dot last name, e dot headed, e dot title, or t dot title. So these three we have taken from the employees. This we have taken from the titles. This we have taken from department manager M, and D we have taken from departments. We have joined those from after that is the syntax. So employees table join table 2 on join on the basis of the key. So this is the key. So you have to remember that you can take the join on again. You don't have to take another table after this one. Sometimes we get confused, like, and we write after on we write another table. We don't have to do that. Join on, after on we type join again, then on. So this is basically a table which will be created, and this table will join on this table on the basis of these two keys. And then this is one big table. These big table will join on this table on the basis of this keys. And we have also taken another condition. If we want to take more than one condition on basis of this key also we want to join, and also on the basis of this we want to join, then we can also provide multiple keys by using AND operator. And sometimes keys when we join, we can also take a not equal to, greater than equal to, less than equal to, all these kind of things we can also do. But that all we are not doing here. Let's just execute this one. So this is what we are getting after executing this one. So how many rows? 24 rows. And what do we have? We have the information of first name, last name, hire date, title, all our managers, from date, from M is department manager, and department name. So that is the data that we are getting out of it. Now let's just save it. Now moving on to the next one. So the temporary table concept. Now we can create a table. Let's say we have a query, and this is the query that we are having. I'm selecting it. And this query we want to create a temporary table in which we would just want to input the data that is getting executed by the query. As simple as that. There are two ways to do that. One is that you create a temporary table. If you create a temporary table, that table will not reflect in the schemas. Here you can see the schemas. It will not reflect in there. And let's say that we take two tables. One that I have taken a temporary table, and one I have taken not taken the temporary table. I have taken just create table. And if I execute this query, let's say before executing, let me just show you as well. Let's execute this table. I'm just showing you. So we have the data for per employee. We are having data, the max salary that employee is having. As simple as that. And now obviously we have to move it down, and yeah. So now if I just click on here, and if I just simply execute it, click on here, then this temporary table is created. But if I refresh the schema, you can see that the table is not reflecting in the schemas. But if I take this table and if I execute this table, then you will if I refresh the schemas again, then you can see that the date table is created, because it is not a temporary table, it is a normal table that I have created. Now that's the difference between the normal table, create table, and the temporary table. And both the things you write just above the query, create table dates, this query, whatever this query is, that is the dates, as simple as that. And that this schema works basically in MySQL and MS SQL Server. It is a little different. I will explain that. We do into the table to make a query of a copy of a query. Okay, for now, let's just look at this one. Okay, let's take the second table for example. Let's execute this query. This is now. You must be wondering what the hell is this now. Okay, now is the now time that is now. What is time? Okay, it is 25th of January 2024, and the time is 1:18, which is 1 minute past 12. So it is AM, and 2 months earlier the time is this. So just subtract 2 months. It is November 23rd of November, and 2 years later the time is this 2026, 25th of January 2026. That is the time. And interval, we have taken the date subtraction, date sub from now to interval 2 months. So basically 2 months before. And if we take the interval, if not in months, then year. And if not subtracting, we just minus two, just input the minus two. Then minus minus get adds and it just add the date. So we get the year 2 years later. As simple as that. Now let's say for example, execute this query, and this query is obviously copied in the dates from dates. Select star from dates. Why I have taken two dates? Okay, select star from dates. Yeah, simply dates. Okay, now I don't want to keep this dates table, so I will just simply remove this table, and this is removed. And if I remove it again, it will not remove, and it is also removed from the schema. And just because this table max salary is not showing doesn't mean that it does not exist. So if I just remove it once, it will remove obviously, and if I remove it twice, it will not remove. Now drop table if exist means that if table is there, then it will remove, otherwise it will not remove. Now you must be wondering what the hell is this with CTE as blah blah blah. So basically, let's say for example, we want to execute a query, and we have also talked about the subqueries previously. So with CTE, common table expression, CTE full form is common table expression, and the CT is basically the subquery that we take. And let me just explain it with an example. I don't know why I have taken C here. Okay, now let's take this query. If I just simply take this query, copy it, and instead of, just look at this is here, this is on the top. Instead of the CTE, I've given this aliases. This is the aliases of that with CTE as this. So this is the aliases, and that aliases I have taken this query, and just have replaced the CTE with this entire query and just given it the uh, alias is CTE. Now this query and this query is the same query. Let's execute both the queries. Obviously it will not exist because I have removed the dates. Okay, so let's bring back the dates. Where is the dates? Here's the dates. Let's create the table dates. Refresh the schemas. Dates is here. Now let's execute this one. Multiple execution. Result 1 and result 2 exactly the same. Just to show you that we can write the query in both the format. With CT is the common table expressions. We can use with CT, or we cannot. If we don't want to use, we don't use CT. But it depends. Like let's say for example, we have multiple joins. There is a condition that I will explain to you. Okay, let me just show you. So let's say this table. Yeah, this is the longest table that there is. I have seen. Okay, so with this aliases as this table, this is one table, comma, second table as aliases as this table, comma, third table as this table. So these three tables are taken on the aliases on the basis of the aliases, and joins are made on the basis of those things, d1, d2, s1, and join, then again join, so multiple joins. So this table I will go through and explain to you in a little while. First, let's go back there because we are moving in an ordered fashion. Control save. Okay, let's refresh this one. This is here. Let's delete this one. We don't want this. And this refresh one. Yep, it's gone. Now moving on to the CTE. With CTE is just a subquery. We don't have to get confused or we don't have to get scared from it. Now moving on to the first solution of the query, and okay, yeah, solution. You must be wondering like which question solution is this? So basically, these are the solution of a Udemy course that I have taken, and there the question were extremely brilliant, and obviously the solution to those questions were also good. So that is the reference that I'm taking. I will attach that course as well in the description, and also the questions. Yeah, so basically I have put it in here in the text file, and these are the questions, and all these questions I will also link down in the description, so you can just go through it and watch each and all these files that I'm uploading here also will be in the description in the drive link that I will provide in the description, and you can go to each and every question and just try to solve it by yourself, or else just okay. Now moving on to the first solution. With CTE, select average salary from the salary. So this is one table. We are taking the average salary. Okay. Now we are comparing sum select if the salary, this average salary, is less than average salary, then one. So, whatever if the salary is less, then it is one, else it is zero. Number of salaries below average. We are calculating. Then there is a count of the salary of those salary contracts. As simple as that. Let's execute this one. Looking great. Oh, number of salaries below the average and the total number of salaries that we are getting after counting each and every salary. And obviously we have taken the salaries and the employees table, and we have joined it on the basis of the employee number, and we have also taken the gender male because the question required it. Anyhow, moving on to the second query is also the similar query. Let's move on to the third query. This query seems a little bit longer than the previous query because in this we are not using city, we are using this subquery, and uh, it is the same query basically, just beautified. Yep, it is the same. So this was in the CTE, and this was also already there. This was also there, and this was also there. Obviously, this was also there. Okay, so very nice. So moving on to the solution for anything else? Salaries below average, salaries below average. So there are two ways to calculate the salaries below average. One is that you take the sum and compare it with, if less than that then 1 and 0, or you can take a count, and if you take the count then you make it same as the salary, else null, or you can do 1 or null because we are just doing the count, so it doesn't matter. So number of salary below count we can get. Now let's execute this one. Yep, so number of salaries below average, this much. Number of salaries below average with sum and with count, same. And the number of salary contracts, that is the count of the salary, same thing. Exactly the same thing. Now we can also do that using two CTEs, because why not? Okay, so we have taken the max salary and average salary. Per employees we have taken. Hmm. And then we are selecting. So okay, now I have to explain with CTE with multiple. Oh, I think I have already explained that. So we can take with CTE, the CTE one is common table expression one is the alias of this table. So this is the one table, comma. This alias is at this table, comma, and there is no comma. Then this is the query that we are executing. And we are making the join on the basis of CTE1 and CTE2, employees in CTE1 and obviously on CTE2. And okay, when we are joining with the CTE1, we do not take on because this is going to execute only one line of code, one value, because it will just going to share the okay, let's execute this one. It will show the answer. So the highest salary is below average, it is calculating. If the max of salary is less than the average salary, then one, else zero. So that must be the condition. So while analyzing these things, we can also like make sense of how to calibrate. Okay, let's move on to the special case. Now, if we look at the special case, so with this table aliases as this entire query. In this query, what we are doing, we are taking the employee number, department name from employee table, joining on department, and condition where in between range where this is greater than this and this. Okay, so if we execute this query, then we get this table, employee number, and department name. Okay, that are in the range of this from date and to date. Then we are taking the salaries from the same range and the max of salary we are taking. Let's execute this. Yep, so maximum salary. Second, that's the second table. And the third table we are taking on the basis we are also doing the round function, and we are taking four conditions on salaries and doing group by as well. Yes, so this is another query. Let's execute this one. This one. So we are taking employee number, department number, and the department average salary. The salary that we are taking on is the department average. Okay. So this was the question. Let me just show you the question. The question was so complex. With CT exercise, the last question, not this question. Window functions exercise. Yeah, this is the question. Consider the employees' contracts that have been signed after the 1st January 2000, terminated before the 1st January 2002. So that is in where condition. Create a MySQL query that will extract the following information about the employees, their employee number, the salary values of the latest contracts that they have signed during the time period. Yeah. So also the where condition and the department they have been working in as specified in the latest contract, and use a window function to create the fourth field containing the average salary paid in the department employee as was last working day during the suggested time period as average salary per department. So basically we take a statement, we try to analyze that statement, and we make some sense out of the statement, and we try to look into the data. That is our data analysis into a data, like which data should come from which table and what key is there to join on which table to get the value that we desire. And let's say for example, if I take the same query, because it is there, let's say for example this query you are taking, okay, select this from this table which is having another query, Okay, so this is a one query. So this is D2. So when you try to look at this code and you try to make sense of this code, okay, then you get a little bit confused because this this is confusing, and like it is having, you have to see a little longer and you have to make some sense out of this situation where we have a table inside a table that we are joining with another table that is also inside another table. So this thing actually makes things get a little bit confusing. So to resolve this thing, what we do, we use CTE, common table expressions. So when we use a common table expression, we don't have to like, this is our final select statement. Now, if I just want to look at what is this D1, I am not looking at the entire query here. I'm not looking at the entire query in this S1. I will just go up with CT. I will this is S1. Okay, so this is the query. So this is the query that is taken in this table. So this is a way that we make a table in a neat format. So like let's say for example, we are executing a query in which we are using multiple level of joins. Then it is best practice that we use with CTE, and we just mention the tables above, like with CT, this table, then this table, then this table. And in the final, then we simply give one execution statement. And in the statement, we just explain each and everything that we desire from whatever joins that we are making. So that simplifies that above query, which is looking extremely long and complicated. So this is one way to do it. Okay, so now I hope that you have understood the why we use with CD. Just to explain it again, it is important. We use CD because when we are just want to make multiple joins in a select statement, then it just get confusing and we have to see the entire table in between tables. Just to avoid that, we use CD and we give the tables above, and it makes the table neat, and it makes our code neat, and we can just simply see from here itself, okay, so this is the query, and with this query is taken here, and this take and joined on this query on the basis of this, and again joined on this query table on the basis of this and this. So that makes things simpler, and you just have to practice it more and more, and the more you practice, the more you will learn how to execute these types of queries. Now just moving on to the window functions. Now we are in the window functions, and let's just, we are using the employees table. Now we have a row number, then we have rank, and then we have dense rank. Let's just copy this, paste, paste this, replace by rank and dense rank. So let's execute these three statements at once. First is executed, second is executed, third is also executed. So in this you can see that this gives it as a number, and that number, the row number, is basically row number. It gives a sign row number on the basis of whatever we want to order it by. We order it by employee number. So for each and every employee number we get a row number, as simple as that. And rank also works as a row number. But let's say for example we have a case in which we have a value, a row, that is similar to this next row. Then in that case our rank duplicates. And let's see if we can find any case like that. If we just simply scroll. I don't think so that we would find here. But there are cases which I would like to explain how these kind of things happen. Okay, so the thing that you have to remember for the interviews, I think I have explained this in the previous video as well, that the rank, take the rank. Let's say, for example, we are having values in rows, and in rows we have first row unique, second row and third row are similar, just same content. Then, and the third row is again different. So the rank would be 1, 2, 2, and 4. 4 because the two queries are similar. So that one row is skipped and it starts with the 4. But let's say we take the dense rank, then it would be 1, 2, 2, and 3. So the difference between rank and dense rank is that in rank, the row number is skipped if it is same, if it is repeated. But in the dense rank, the row number is not skipped. It would be the next number after that. So it would be 3. It will not be 4. In the cases of rank, let's say for example, there are 3 values that are same, repeating. So it will be 1, 2, 2, 2, 3 times 2. Since it is 3 times, so it is skip 3 and 4 and it will be 5. So 1, 2, 2, 2, 5 it will be. But if it is a dense rank, then it will be 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. It will not skip in that case. Now, that is the window function. And let's say we are using a window function. When we use a window function, then what we do, we okay, so window functions, obviously. Okay, just try to make sense of this query here at the moment. Select row number over partition by first name, order by last name, and as number of from employees. So number is the aliases that we are providing, and we have partition it by first name. So what does the partitioning by first name and what is the difference between the order by? Okay, now we partition by first. That is the statement. After over we use partition by first, then order by. If there is no partition by, we simply do it over by. Now if I just simply take it over by employee name, employee number, then it was just giving me on the basis of an employee number. If I take over by the last name, it will give me over by the last name, but it is order by, so that is, it will sort it. So if it is sorted, the order by sorted by default descending if we do not provide DESC descending in the end. So it will sort it descending, oh, ascending, sorry. So that is the first name, Amar, and the last name is Anger. So basically, it is in ascending order. So how whatever the number of names we are having, Amar, all each and everyone will come on the basis of the last name. It is going ascending wise, and it will go until we find the second name, and also the number count is also increasing. Yeah, let's see. So now finally, after Amar come Amod, and you can see that our iteration just started again. It is one again. Why one? Because it is partitioning it by the name. So this, if the second name come, it will start again and it will order it by the last name, but it will partition by the first name. So in this way, we can create a hierarchy of things and we can order things in this way. So, and by things, I mean in this one, we are using the first name and the last name. And similarly, after a mode, it will repeat up until the name is repeating, and after the name stops repeating, it will again go to 0 and again go to 1. Now this Abdul's whatever it is starting from 1 and it will go accordingly. But how many times it is repeating? Let's see. Male, female, both gender here having the same name. So 227 times. So similarly, the entire query is executed and the 3 lakh 24 rows are sorted in that sense. Now, moving on to the next one. Now, what we are doing, okay. So, the similar statement, what we can also do is after the select query, we can write window. So, this statement and this statement is not this statement. Wait a second. This is a different statement. This statement and this statement is similar, and let's just make a okay. Just make one window function statement of this one as well. Let's copy it, copy, paste, and now you have to think a little bit. After over, you have to see over and just replace, copy it, replaces by W as number. Now window as now window W as this. So it is with CD as or window W as. So same logic. Now if we execute this statement, this will execute and it will result in the same statement. It will result in the same query. I'm sorry. Now if we just go down, 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 and you can see Amod is there after Amar and same rows, same thing. Just we have used a window aliases here. That is one way we can represent the query. And you will ask again why you would want to represent this in this format, because there are some times when we have to use the same window statement again and again. We don't want to repeat it, so we just give it a alias as window W, and this is this window statement. And now whenever I will use over W, then it will come then that statement will come in handy and I don't have to repeat it again and again. Let's take an example. I've taken an example below here. I suppose I have taken example down below. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, let's just move slowly and go to each and every statement. So this minimum statement, we have taken row number over W as alias is name of the statement. Group Y we are doing. Let's execute it. So we have employee number and the minimum salary. So row number on W on row number. Why do we have taken row number in there then? From salaries, third from salaries. Oh, oh. From. So this is again subquery. So this is a subquery. Let's execute this one then. What do we have? We have employee number, salary, and row number, obviously. Oh, we can have the row number that way. Hmm. And we have taken the minimum of salaries from there. So that is the solution. So there are many ways to do one thing. So we just want to the question that we were having must be this one. Let's just look at the question as well. Window functions, window function exercise. Question number 1. This question: write a query on upon execution, assign a row number to all the managers. We have information of employees database regardless of their department. Let a number disregard the department managers worked in, and let's start with the value 1, assigning to the value manager lowest employee number. Similarly, window function. So this might be a query. Then we have the second query to represent the same thing. In this case, we have taken a window, and in this, we have not taken window. We have just simple after over. We have put the same. It is the same thing. Now, the third query is again simple subquery. Then min salary from salaries, employee number, min salary. So different way to execute same thing, I suppose. Let's execute this one as well. Oh, same thing. So over window partition by row number, where row number is equal to 1. W window W is here. Uh-huh. Hmm. Okay. Now let's just do some queries. So this is the query which I have taken. Okay. So employee number, minimum salary, min salary. Let's take its min salary. Min salary. Let's execute this. Min salary. Same statement. Secondly, what we are doing is select star from. We have taken everything from. Select this table, partition by this, executing row number. We have taken two times. We have taken one time min, one other time row number. So we are using it two times, and then we are assigning it as row number aliases from salaries where row number is equal to 3. Let's do this. Now we are getting this. Now we can also use it using the window functions. We have just provided the window functions here, and we have taken w here and w here. So this reduced the query, this long query is reduced by this. So I was telling you that I had an example written. So this was the example where the row number is equal to 3. Now let's just remove this where for a moment, and we just execute this query window functions. Let's execute this one. So what we are having, we are having, okay, look carefully on this one. We are having an employee number, then we are having a salary, and we have salary, we have ordered it descending, ordered by salary descending, partitioned by employee number, and ordered it by descending. So the first will be the maximums, second highest, third highest, fourth highest, so on, 17th highest. Then we have second employee number, and first highest, second highest, and so on to whatever highest, 16 highest. Similarly, it will go for everyone. Now let's say, for example, we had a question in which we want to find out the third maximum salary for all the employees. The- for all the employees, we are trying to calculate the third maximum salary. Then what we will do, we will simply do the where the row number is 3, because in this query we are getting the salary of per employee number, all the salaries we are getting, all the 17 salaries, 16 salaries, whatever, 12 salaries, how many ever salaries they are having for each employee we are getting. But let's say, for example, we want to write a query in which we want to find out the third highest salary of each and every employee, and we just want to see the third salary. So this is the query that we will input, and this query, I think, will is very important query that you would find. So I have taken everything, but I have taken the row number is equal to 3. So for this employee, the third highest salary is this. For this employee, the third highest salary is this. For this employee, the third highest salary is this. So on and so on and on and on and on and on for each and all the employees, for all each and every employees. Isn't that interesting? The previous query that I executed was 9,67,330, and this one is 96,179. So that is great. Okay, so moving on. We have some queries here. I'm looking if there is something important that I need to tell. We have dense rank here. We have rank there. We have dense rank here. Okay, let's calculate the rank one. So we are having the rank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are having rank. We have obviously partitioned it by the employee number, then salary. Very nice. And we have rank. And we don't even have the same salary. Why we were just okay? Let's just try to make the second query execution. We have the dense rank here. So the first salary is this, and the second for the first salary is this. Years for start is this, and so on. We are not repeating anything. So we are also calculating here how many years it is taking from the hire date to from date as well. So nothing to be told here. Where clause is here and the difference is here. We can simply subtract it here. Then we can also compare it. Yes, it's greater than 5. So years greater than 5. Window function is also there. Window function is also there. And we have only used it once, so no worries. So now, yes, our window function topic is done. Well, moving on, I've already told you like why do we use with CT statement, and this was a special case. So we use with CT to simplify our query, and such that we do not want to show the entire query in between our query, and which makes the things a little bit more complex, which we do not want. I'm repeating that again and again because that is the very important thing that you have to remember. Okay, now let's moving on to the running total. Now I have to use a sample superstore which I've already used, which we can just go from here and use sample superstore, execute that, and moving on to the ruling. Let's just look at this query. This query right here. I'm executing this query, and obviously I've executed this one. So okay, so let's say we have selected year of order date as year and date formatted it by month. By default it is 1 2 3 4 5 6, and we have to do it like date format. Then percentage m is the format for the entire month, and small m would be for the small month Jan, Feb, Feb, March, MAR, March, so on. And then we have the month as the month number which we have taken. Then we have rounded off the sum of sales to two decimal places. So basically what we are doing here is like aggregating from Superstore, grouping it by the order date and month. So that is on group, and remember that I have taken this month here, not this date formatted month, this month, because I want it not from April because it's starting from A. I just want it from January itself. So 1 2 3 4 like that. Then obviously I have ordered it, grouped it by year and month, and yeah, I was telling the logic of order by. So first year, then month. So I have taken this month because if I take that date format month, then it would start from April, which I do not want. Now, I think this is clear. Moving on. Uh, hmm. Now, the concept that I am trying to explain right now is of running total. And to explain that, let's just execute this query. Select distinct. If I do not use this distinct, then things will happen that I do not want. And what is that thing I will also show. So let's execute it without distinct. Execution. So year January running total, and it will just repeat itself, which I do not want. So that is why distinct. Where here we are on distinct. So this is what do we want. Now the concept of running total is that I have taken grouped by the year and month, then the running total, what it will do is it will take this first row, then it will take the second row it will add to the first, third it will add all three, fourth it will add all that, it will add odd that. Similarly, it will go on forever, and this one is going till December, and it is also adding year wise as well. Now let's say for example the same query I want to partition it by as well. Where is it? Here it is a running total. Now I just want to partition it by as well with the year. So for every year it starts from the value, then it aggregated December, then from January it resets again. Let's just execute that one as well. Okay, so now let's execute both simultaneously same time. The first output you can see that this December is this one, and then after December January it is getting bigger value, and the second one which I have taken partition by year, it is starting again. So this is the running total that we were calculating using the window function, and this is the running total we are calculating per year using the window function. Now what I have done is just taken that the per query where this query without, I have taken this query I have made without taking running total. So this is the simple query. Now execution of not this one, that one. Yep. So basically in this one it is simply doing group by year and month, and this is the value, then this is the value for the February, this is the value for the March. This is not the running total, this is simple. It is not to be confused with the running total, because in running total it is getting added, this is getting added with this, then added with this, so on forever. In this one where we only used order by year and month, it was showing us the running total entirely up till the 17, but when we did it partition by the year, so then it was segregated, the running total segregated per year. That is why I have taken, and I have also specified it extremely nicely. There is a concept of running, and then there is a concept of rolling. Now let me select it from the sales. So this is simple sum of sales. Now if we take this sum of sales, and let's say for example that partition by we were doing per year, now we want to partition by 2 3 rows that we want, or let's say for example we just want to partition by January February March, then February March April, then this combination of three we are taking. So in that case what I can do is that I can just order it by year and month number I've taken, order by ascending, otherwise it would start from April, which I do not want, so that is why number is here. And you can also see, like, when you use window function, then you have to sum of sales over blah blah blah, and that blah 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 is to be, let's, you want to round it off, you have to like complete take the complete bracket of it, and then represent the number of decimal places you want to round it off with. You are not doing it like here comma 2. If you do it like that and remove that this 2, then it will not work. Okay, sometimes we have to make mistakes. And this is obviously not going to run. Control Z. Yep, now it will run. Now, okay, so this is the rolling to preceding. So in this what we do is order by year month, rows between two preceding and current row. Now, this states rows between this row and two preceding rows, two preceding and the current row. So in the first row there are no two preceding, kuch nahi, as is. In the second row there is one preceding, as is. It will add aggregate. It is aggregating. It is adding. Now in the third row, it will take all these three added. In the fourth one, it will take February, March, and April because it is two preceding, and because we are on April, then it is two preceding and current. So this logic basically of rolling two preceding, it works on rolling on the basis of three places, three values we are taking here. And since if we take five preceding and the current row, then it will aggregate on the basis of the previous five plus one, which is the current, so six. So this is three rolling and this is six rolling. Basically, you can calculate it. You can make sense of it like that. So if we try to make a sense of the five preceding, is that January, February, March, April, this is four, this is five. And if we are on June, so it will aggregate and up until June. Then it will, if we get to July, then it will start from February because it will take previous five and the current. I hope that I am able to explain it well because it is important concept. And okay, we are on the rolling two preceding, and we can observe that the value that we are getting in the April month, because we are taking the value of the three. So uh, 73807, and this value we are aggregating all these three, but when we get to here we are aggregating these three. So if we compare it with running, we on this one we are on rolling, but if we compare it with running total, then we will find out that this value is greater because this value will contain this aggregation as well, which is not containing here. What I'm trying to say is, let's just make this running execution. Okay, you can see that 738, this one was there, but this one was reduced because this subtracted by this is there, because it is only taking three values, two preceding and the current and the two preceding. Extremely simple. And similarly we go with the current and the five preceding. How many preceding you want, you can go that you can do rolling on the basis of whatever you number you want to do. That way you would be able to do rolling on how many numbers you want to do. So that is a very important concept that you have to understand. This concept is really important, of rows between two preceding and current row, or rows between five preceding and current row. We can also write it 3 2 1 2 4 5 6, whatever number you want to write it, you can write it. Or you can even take a month for an example, 30. If you have data of every single day, then you can also do that as rolling of a month, rolling of 2 months. You can do rolling of any value that you want. So that is the concept. Yeah, so another thing that I would like to tell you is that remember when we were here, we have taken the data from the sample superstore itself, and here I have taken order by, order date, year date, and here I have taken partition by, order date, year date. Let's just try to execute both the statements, and if you can see and observe that in the first statement it is just a partition by, so it will work as the normal group by that I did here as the sum of sales, and the second one is again obviously the running total. So if we just do the partition by, it will just work as the group by. That is the another thing that I just wanted to explain it to you, that is important. So just remember that. Just to repeat it again, if you take the partition by, it will work as normal group by, and if you take the order by, then it will do the window function and do the rolling and running and all that. Okay. Okay, now moving on to the lead and lag. Okay, so let's execute this one. We have taken employee, we have taken employee salary, And we have salaries, distinct salaries that we are getting out of here because we have taken the aggregation. When we are using lag, obviously we have taken the aggregation of that. So this is the current salary which we are getting. The lag salary, it's nothing but the salary would be shifted to the next row, next level, and in the lead it will be shifted to the previous one. So this one will be the first one. So this is the first one. This one would be the first one. So this is the first one. If we take the difference of the salary of the current and the previous, then we will get this, the current, this is the current, and this is the previous. Anything subtracted by the null is null. That's the logic here. And if we subtract the next salary to the current salary, then we get this number. So that is the concept of the lead and lag. And we have taken salary in between range greater than salaries greater than this, and employee number between 10500 and 10600, just to make it simpler. And similarly, we can also take a lag on the basis of one level, which is by default, or we can take it by two levels or two rows lag. And similarly, we can do the lead on the basis of two rows. So that is the concept of lead and lag. And it is in Power BI, it is similar to earlier function that you use. We can take the previous row and make it to the next row. So that function is also makes sense here. And yeah, so that was the concept of lead and lag. I don't think so that there is anything else that I have to explain in here. Now moving on to the pivot and unpivot finally. Now let's just use sample Superstore again. Yeah, before I try to explain this, there is one thing that I would like to explain is that how to bring the data, the sample Superstore data here. We click on this table data import wizard. And here we can give a path to the CSV file that we downloaded from the internet. I will also drop the link in the description below of the sample Superstore data file as well. And you can just browse at the CSV path and do next, 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 and it will automatically get installed or get imported. Yeah, another thing that you have to remember is that when you import the sample Superstore table, let's start from sample Superstore execution. You will observe that we are having spaces in between our the name of our columns. So when we are having spaces in the name of our columns, then there is a way out to uh, consider that or to take that, and that is this curly. You will find this below the tilde. It is on the left side of one, this symbol, and tilde is this. This is tilde. This is tilde, and you will find it below this symbol. And this represents that if there is space, then you can consider it using this. In SQL Server, it is different. In the SQL Server, it is you have to take the square brackets like that. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Yep. So wherever I have taken this symbol suggests that this is having a space, and so I have simply inserted it into another table, that is Superstore, and I have taken underscore just because I don't want to use this again and again, and I have to do this for each and every one. Plus another thing is that the order date format which is I'm having is that of a string. I have to convert it into date time. To convert it into date, not date time, just date. So to convert it into date format, what we do is we take string to date, order date, percentage M, percentage D, percentage Y is the format of it, because first is the month, then slash, then percentage D is the day, then year. So that in this format our string is there. We have to specify like in what format our string is there, then we convert it into date format. Now after converting it and after taking each and every column, uh, yeah, we drop the superstore if exist. Let's execute the superstore. We can observe that our date is finally in the format, date format, which is by default of SQL, which is MySQL, is that year, then month, then date. Yeah, and so that is the format. And plus, we are also having the row ID is a non-underscore. We don't want to use the symbol again and again. As simple as that. Yep. And we are all having all the columns. Let's go to the each and every data in our section. Control N. So moving on, we have taken everything from the Superstore. We have row ID, order date, ship mode, customer ID, customer name, segment, country, city, state, postal code, region, product IDs, category, and subcategory, product name, sales quantity, discount, profit. All these values we are having, and I'm formatted it into a simple format. And let's take distinct values from the Superstore. So second class, standard, first class, and same day we are having, and take the distinct value from the category: furniture, office supplies, and technology. So these are the two distinct values that we are having in these two columns. Now simply I would like to do is that I would like to execute the statement, which is ship mode, then category, that is in the first hierarchy, and on the basis of this we are getting these values. Now let's say for example what I want to do is want to take this second category. uh, hmm. So second we have only okay, in the second class we only have the furniture and the supplies, and the standard we have all three. Okay, the second class technology, obviously I haven't ordered it. Yeah, let's order it by ship mode, category, execute again. Now yes, first class, then we have all three, same day all three, second class all three, standard all three. Yeah, we are having everything. Now let's say for example I just want to pick this category column and just want to pivot it in the basis of convert rows to columns. Okay, and in the columns values we are having this. So to do that, what I do is that I select ship mode, comma, round, average. I have taken wherever there is a category case statement, I have taken when category is equal to furniture, when there is this category is equal to furniture, then sales, whatever sales we are having in that category, as the name of the uh, this column, which is furniture. Similarly for office supplies, and since we cannot give spaces or anything in there, we have to make it use this symbol that I have told you before. Then similarly for the technology, from Superstore, group by ship mode. Let's execute this one. Now it will convert, it will pivot this the data that we are having in here. Let's execute both ones. So as you can see, we have this, and we have converted it in a simpler tabular format, where we have ship mode here and then categories here and aggregated values of each and every one. So that is the way how we do the pivot. Now let's say for example I just want to take this table into the table name named category. So I just copied it and just pulled it up into the category, and I have taken sales itself. So I've already have executed it, so I've already have the category table. I might require that into the future. Similarly, I have taken the average of sales, also taken, or I've taken here average sales. Here I've taken sum of sales. Sum of sales also I can take, and I can also round it off. To round it off, I've taken the entire key statement and I have to round it off. Now let's execute this one. Now this one right here. So we are getting each and every value of sales, but it is the sum of sales. In the previous one, it was the average of sales. So that is the way we do it. Now, similarly, if let's say for example, I just want to replace this, I just want to transpose it. So basically, what are the rows becomes columns, what are the columns become rows, transpose. So what do I do is I select category. Previously, what I did, I selected ship mode. This time I'm selecting categories. And what the number of whatever the number of values that I'm having, I have to give it manually, so round it off, where the ship mode is able to second class, then sales, rounded off to two decimal places, to all the classes from Superstore, group by category. Here the group by was ship mode, so don't get confused. And if you see, uh, that is the same thing, but I have just transposed it. So that's the thing. Now let's say a category round of sum of sales from group by this. Let's execute this one. So we have sum of sales per category. As simple as that. Select start from category. If we take this, then we have bifurcation of the category in the columns. If we sum it up, then it would be sum of sales itself. Now, that is the way how we do the pivot. Now, if we want to do the unpivot, what I have to do is that I have to take this category thing, and now I just want to unpivot it. So what I do, from cat, I select ship mode, so this, then furniture as category. So this is the name of the column, and this is the name of this is the column value. This is the column value, this is the name of the column, and this is the column value that I'm inputting from, sorry, not from, comma, furniture. So the third value is that I'm getting is of furniture, and the furniture that I'm providing, the third value, here is the furniture, here is the office supply, similarly, and here is the technology. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to union it all. So what I'm trying to make sense is, let's execute this one. Okay, so basically now let's focus again here. Ship mode, it takes ship mode, it take furniture, it fills it in each and every one of the ship modes. Done. Then it take the furniture values from the categories. And what is the categories? Let's execute this again. What is the categories? Yep, this is the categories, and it takes the furniture values, and it basically does it. It just take furniture, add another column furniture. Here is all the furniture. It just move it to the right and remove these two because we are not taking these two in the statement. Let's just execute this statement first. Yep, so it happens. Similarly, I can do for this one, this one, and similarly I can do for the third one, and I can union it all. So after, it will take all the three columns and it will just union it below, append it below. So if I execute it entirely, I was able to unpivot it. So this is the format, this is the way by which you can do unpivot in MySQL. Now, if there is temp, we can remove that one. Now let's Okay, so we did this unpivot one. Now, now let's say for example, I want to take month, date format, and then I have want to take years in the in the columns from the Superstore, group by the month and order by the month name in this format. Let's execute this one. So I have got the sum of sales in the rows, in the values. Sorry, I have sum of sales in the values, so, and I have got 2014, 15, 16, 17, whatever the data was present of in the columns, and I have taken the month from January to December in order. From January to December, I have taken in rows. So this is how I have done it. And date format I've taken percentage m just to make it completely. And similarly, I can also do that on the basis of average if I want to two decimal places, and year, then month. I can take year, month, and then I can do another bifurcation here. Let's do that. I have taken year, month, year wise, month wise, then there is another bifurcation on the basis of the category. Instead of simply having it on the aggregation basis, I'm having it on the pivot basis as well. So you can just simply experiment with the data, whatever data that you are having, and you can try to do multiple things. Now, moving on to the next one. What I did here, let's execute this one. I've taken year, month, then I've taken sum of sales, and then I've taken average of sales, then I've taken minimum sales and maximum of sales, and I've grouped it by this and ordered it by this. So I can also do that. So like you can experiment and you can do many things. Okay, now I have created a table lead lag, and what I've taken in there, this I've taken. So I've taken distinct customer ID, order ID, and order date, and I've created a lead lag. Let's execute this one. What I did, I take the customer ID, I have taken the order ID, I've taken the current date. After taking the current date, I have taken this subquery first. After taking this current date, I have taken the lead of the order date over customer ID, over partition by the customer ID. So we have this up till until this, we have this. Then uh, order by order date. So it would order it by order date ascending in the ascending format. Now what I did is that taken lead and lag from it, and I've taken current date minus the previous date to calculate the previous date difference. Yeah, previous date difference. This was my, oh my goodness, sorry. Uh, let's reorder this. Yep. So this column was my lead, this column was my lag, and this column is my current minus previous. So current minus previous, and this column is next minus previous. Now this next minus current, and this column is next minus previous. So basically I've experimented with it, and this is the lead lag concept that I have already explained before and also implemented using the Superstore data as well. And the previous one I have used the different data set that was that of employees data and database, data table, whatever. Okay, now I think this is done. I think I have explained it very nicely. And why I have taken distinct here? I have taken distinct here because otherwise it was repeating. I do not want it to be repeated. I just wanted to have all these three distinct values, and then I want to do lead and lag on the basis of that table. So that is why I did that. Okay, now let's try to do different things. All right, so moving on to our SQL server. Now, the same thing that we did there, we would like to do here as well. And I will tell you how to just make, you can search on the internet how to make this dark. It works. I also tried to make that SQL thing dark as well, but it didn't work because the code was old. Anyhow, moving on. Select start from Superstore. In this one also we have Superstore. Let's execute. So this is our Superstore. Extremely nice. Now. Lead and lag. Let's execute this lead lag one. So same thing we are having. Order ID, customer ID, order ID, previous date, current date, previous date, and a difference. Ah, select start from Superstore as R. Why do we have to do that? I don't ask me. If you execute all these three, we can execute. It will execute one below another, below another. That is how it is done in here. Okay, so here is this, here is this, and here is this. And if you want me to like expand it, yep, so these three are like that. Now moving on, I have already told you the difference between the rank, dense rank, and the row number. Let me just tell again. And the difference between the rank and the dense rank is that in rank it would be like 1 2 2 4, the 3 is skipped, and in the dense rank it will be like 1 2 2 3, nothing is skipped, and the row number is 1 2 3 4, so on. Simply explained. Now everything we have taken from Superstore, we have input it in different tables. Another thing is that if our column is having spaces, then we use the square brackets. And okay, now I've already told you the concept of the running total, already told you the partition by. This one is different. Let's execute this one. So order date, if we just simply use the partition by, it will work as the group by. So let's just move back where we explained window functions. Yeah, so it was in the running, and the thing that I wanted to tell is that if we take the partition by, it works like the simple group by that we did here. Like if I execute this one, it is this, and if I execute the partition by one, it is the same thing, and that is rolling. So I've already also named it particularly exactly the way we want it. So that is the running. Now moving back to our SQL server. So yeah, the main difference between these two, if we execute it simultaneously, is that in running, if we do the order by, then it will take the running, and if we do just simply the partition by, then it will take simply the group by. Now I also did it here. Execute. Yep, I also did it here. So if I executed all the three, you can see that the third table is exactly same as the first table. Second table, sorry. The second and the third table are same. So moving on, moving on. So now select distinct year, order date, sum over this partition by this, blah blah blah. Hmm. I've already told you the rows between unbounded preceding and the current row thing. It is also in here. If I execute it, rows between the unbounded and the current, it will show not running, it will show rolling as rolling. That's how we roll. Execute. So, and this is partition by month as total month and order by. Let's execute this one. Yeah. So I was just looking if there was anything that I missed. I've already told you with CTE, with the common table expression, with using CTE as it works as like that of a subquery. So the common table expression CTE with CTE works as a subquery, and there are two ways to represent it. This is one way, and this is the other way. So if we run the both, we will get the same output. And obviously, I've rounded out the second one. Round the entire thingy. I can also round it here. Let's round it. And remember, when we round using the window functions, we round it. We have to round it entirely. Now, if we execute this one, now both are rounded out to two decimal places. Looks better. Save. Okay, so this is also done. Rolling, our rolling is also done. Now we have discussed each and everything that we are discussing here, there as well. Partition by the sum of sales we have taken here, then we have taken running on the basis of year and subcategory. Yeah, so we could take that. Okay, so we have taken this and this. Let's say we also want to take rolling. Partition by this and order by order date and running. As okay, so after some analysis, there is something that I would like you to note down is that with CTE works same in the MySQL and the SQL Server. And similarly, lead, lag, rolling, window functions, all these things work similar in MySQL and SQL Server. Entirely same, exactly same. But the pivot and unpivot is different in MySQL Server as compared to uh, MySQL as compared to SQL Server, right? So basically, what I'm trying to say is, so this is our pivot statement. Let's just try to make some sense out of this situation. So with temporary, we have taken CT. This is a subquery. Basically, we can replace it here. So this, what I did is just copied it and pasted here. Also given the aliases, without aliases, it will not work. So if I execute these two together, these two would give me the same result. And obviously that this gave me the same result. And this is the format. So basically select category that we are taking in the columns. Then this 13, 14, 15, 16 we are taking from the year of the order date. And what we are doing is that we are just converting, taking the sum of sales of year for year in 2013, 2006, to 2016. Okay. Now I can also represent that in statement as well. but I have to take the unpivot fit. But yeah, just leave it as is as of now. Similarly, I can also do the same thing using the segment first class, second class, standard class, same day. That is our ship mode by segment. I have taken pivot. I have taken. One disadvantage that I found in this one is that I cannot do the rounding off here. Let's say if I try to round it off, caps, round it off to two decimal places and try to run it, this will not run. And if you think that this is not the right place to do this, and this is, then again we can try, but this will not run. So I don't think so that we can round it off, but we can round it off in MySQL. So I tried to do some experiments, but didn't find any optimum solution for that. So let's move down, let's move down, let's move down, let's move down, let's move down. The lead lag that we try to do there as well, I also try to do it here as well. It works exactly the same. Now, now. Look at the statement. Execute. Now, if I don't want to order it like that, I can just simply take month of order date as month number, copy that from here, and paste it for this, and order it by month number. Yep, it should work. It should work. Obviously it is not working as month number. Why it is not working order date as month number? It is fine, this is fine, this is also fine from order format. Not contained error in the aggregate function of the group by clause. So this will not work. I've already tried it. I just tried to make it here as well, but stuff don't happen. There are some rules. Okay, whatever you take there, you also take here as well. That is the rule. Let's try to do control Z, control, yep, in the group by. It is asking me just to put it in group by. So I just put it in group by. Should give me the same output as. Obviously we don't use as in group by. Aha, it worked. But we had to take it. These kind of things happen, you know. We have to take another column for that. Anyhow, now if I just try to do the pivot unpivot, pivot sum of sales for year in these condition, this is basically whatever the values that are present in the year of order date, format it and order it by the month number. And I have not taken the month number inside the select statement that I have taken. What I mean to say is this is here, and this statement is exactly the same. Control save, and you can see, okay, got it. If I try to execute it, it works. It works because because I've taken it formatted on the basis of this month sales, superdate, pivot, and unpivot, month of number. So it does work. Okay, so we executed this one. It is this, and similarly we try to execute this one. Both are the same things, exactly the same thing. If we try to execute both the same time, both at the same time, so let's execute it. We will get the same output. Same output. We will not get the same output. Why not? Let's just expand stuff. Yeah, we expand stuff, we get the same output. So both of these things are having the same output, and let's say we have taken just the same thing, but we have taken the average of profit instead of sum of sales. Same condition, same parameters, and put it into average of profit. So let's say, for example, you want to insert a table into another table, then select star everything, whatever columns, into whatever table name from. So that is the format, that is the syntax that you have to remember. So now if I select start from profit, it should show me a very nice table like this. Now I could drop it if I want it, but I want to convert it, execute it right now, and you can see that the average profit is converted like this. Now the thing that I already told you about is that I cannot round it off. I just try to round it off, but I cannot round it off here. And another thing is that I just want to order it by year and month. Month that I'm taking is the same month that I'm taking from the average profit. But the average profit, uh, I have to input another parameter into the average profit control. Now I just want to order the unpivoted one. So basically what I did is that took the month number uh, also in this statement, and now what I will do, I will drop this table if exists, which exists, it is dropped. Now insert this average profit here, and now if I execute this one and if I run this one, so this table is the average profit. Now basically what I have to do, I have this average profit, I have this month, I'm taking this month, but I'm ordering it on the basis of month number, but ordering it on the basis of month number. Let's say for example, select year, month, and average profit. Year, month, and average profit. Month comma month number also I have taken. Let's take month number as well. Month number from average profit. I'm just trying to, make some stuff crazy. Some crazy stuff. Control copy after month, paste, comma, from average profit. Now, if I just simply sort it by month number, it will work. Execute. It will work. But the thing is, I don't want to show the month number. So obviously, I don't want to show the month number. Then why to take month number? But if I don't take the month number, then will it execute? It executes. Why? Because the main table is having the month number. So if this is the case, if the main table is having the average of profit, then I can round it off as well. Round the average of profit to the two decimal places. Execute. Yups. as average profit. Oopsie. Save, execute. See, I was able to do that. But the thing is that concerns me right now. If I execute this one, already average profit is there. Let's make a copy of this one. Copy this one. Not paste it above. Let's paste it above. Paste it here. Difference. Remove average. If I execute this one, I get this one, but if I just simply remove the month number, I can also get this month number removed. Now this thing works, and if I save it, it works. If I cannot aggregate it there, then obviously I can aggregate here. And if I execute it right now, balle balle. Obviously. It is amazing that it works this way, but it works this way. Now I can aggregate and I can also round it off. Wow. Finally, a big problem solved. And with this, our exploration also solved. And I hope you enjoyed watching this video. And these kind of things is not so easy to do. This is on another level, as you can observe. Okay, so but I was able to do it. Congratulations to me, and congratulations to you all as well that you made it till here. Now I think that you could call yourself an SQL developer that is 9 out of 10, if not 10 out of 10. Well, I hope you liked and enjoyed watching this video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.